Well, we've made it to Friday for our WTMJ 2025 Standouts of the Year.
The SOTIs.
So the standouts, as you know, what we have decided a standout is made an impact on the state of Wisconsin in some way in this past year, right? And that could be in any number of different ways. It's not always the same. So like our list from this week, we had Microsoft President Brad Smith on there, MPS Superintendent Brenda Casilius, who joined us in studio, betting on Beloit TV show host Kanya Hendricks-Shue, who is doing a reality show on A&E about Beloit and flipping houses in Beloit and raising the level of the value of those neighborhoods in Beloit.
I championed that choice as we were discussing it because of the broader implication as well of, is the Hendricks family going to continue to invest in the state of Wisconsin as they have,
right,
particularly in that part of the state? And this is a suggestion that, yeah, the family is still going to be very involved, as Diane Hendricks has been.
Yep, that's Kanya's mom. Yep. We also had former Packers president Mark Murphy as one of ours. And we've even gotten some complaints already about who is not on the list. Our CEO came barging in here a little while ago saying, how's Pat Murphy, Brewers manager, not a SOTI winner this year?
And you pointed out he was a SOTI winner last year.
No, but
that's not a reason necessarily that excludes someone.
Although I have to admit, if we would have done Brewers, which we discussed, this was part of the conversation, I wonder if we would have done Matt Arnold.
I would have leaned more towards Matt Arnold, not that they're both not part and parcel a part of all of that.
1,000% agree on both of them.
You know, Murph has to still work with what Matt Arnold sends him, but Matt Arnold sent him like hit after hit after hit. And these aren't obvious things out there. You get the big free agent signing or the one everyone's talking about. You're like, well, yeah, everybody wanted this person.
Right.
Sure, everybody wanted that. That's not a reach. He has to go find guys off the scrap heap sometime and turn them into your all-stars.
All right, so we got to get to our last one here. Our last standout. So this standout, I think we can all agree, brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. But it wasn't for everyone, right, this standout. A lot of people like the standout, others don't. We did think a little bit outside of the box with it.
Hugh Jackman.
No, it's not Hugh Jackman.
Not that wasn't a good time and all, but man, that was like a day.
No, not Hugh Jackman. This standout also was the bane of many local leaders' existence. Again, out of the box, but here we go.
The 2025 Wisconsin's Morning News Standout of the Year is Deep Thought.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over.
It was an international sensation. A 30-foot Chris Craft boat beached on the Lake Michigan shoreline.
It's become an iconic landmark.
The boat, named Deep Thought, first arrived in October of 2024. A couple from Mississippi had run out of gas during a storm, left it in the water. Over time, it was beached.
Our lawyers are saying the best route to go is create a legal determination. Who's responsible?
As the county tried to figure out how to remove the boat and who was going to pay for it, Deep Thought's fame began to grow.
There's artwork all over the boat. Every inch of it's covered.
It's like if Banksy would have came to Milwaukee.
People have signed their names, left messages, some a little more inappropriate than others.
Every time I would go to this boat, there would be anywhere between just a handful and sometimes a dozen people.
WTMJ reporter Adam Roberts.
Majority of people were just there to take in this beach anomaly.
I mean, to make it to Google's map, I mean, this is becoming an international type of tourist attraction.
Is there a way to somehow surround it, protect it, and make it a destination? Is it, because it's been on T-shirts, Supervisor.
It's trash.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby.
To have, a nuisance like this on the beach is not a good look for Milwaukee.
The mayor tried to get involved.
I hate to have to ask you this, but what's going on with the boat?
I knew you were going to ask me about the boat.
The suggestion was made, I think by Jerry at the salvage place, that the art museum had reached out to him as interest.
Milwaukee Art Museum. They approached us that this might be enough of an icon that they would be interested.
The museum was quick to point out that didn't come from us, but is there a home somewhere not on the beach for this boat?
Yeah, I think there is a home for it. It's in the trash.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat.
Eventually, Jerry Geyer and his salvage crew were tasked with removal.
This is not our first rodeo.
But the job would become too difficult.
It is officially now 200 days since the original grounding.
I'm not a religious man, but I am praying that it gets done so we can get on with other things in life.
We're really at a point right now that this is becoming a major problem, and the cost factor on this is definitely going up.
The day finally came when a new vendor, All City Towing, would remove Deep Thought.
It's really cool to see the community get together.
People from all walks of life are here, from all socioeconomic and racial and cultural backgrounds are all here to see the boat removal.
And after over 10 hours on the job, onlookers cheering as Deep Thought now sits on the rocks completely off the sand.
The now famous boat may have been off the lakefront, but there was still the issue of paying the $20,000 bill.
We need to figure out who's paying it.
I would say that, jokingly, it's maybe a revenue option, right? Can we sell pieces of this boat because we know that this has become a staple?
We are now up for auction.
That's right, in online auction.
The county hopes to recoup a $20,000 bid on the boat. Parks Director Guy Smith says while assessing the boat's value,
I would say it's priceless.
There were plenty of ideas of what to do with the boat pieces.
The console where the steering wheel was. It really could make a really nice bench for a Milwaukee County bus stop.
The owner of All City Towing would end up purchasing the boat.
Who's bid $2,525. I wish we had a higher amount. Well, we've lost $18,000.
Why'd he buy it?
I would love to work with local charities that have auctions or events that we could give some nice pieces of art that are on the boat, because there are still some nice pieces of art on there, and we could cut those out and we could authenticate them, maybe sign a certificate with the staff that was working there that day, and we could auction those very nice pieces for a good cause.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, don't...
It'll forever be a story of resilience, incompetence, symbolism, and beauty. Will there ever be another Deep Thought?
I don't know if a second boat would have the similar cult following that the first one did, because let's be honest, the sequel is never as good as the original.
So our final standout of the year, outside the box.
Indeed.
But you can't argue that it brought joy to folks. You can't argue that it was a major pain. It actually even costs you money if you live in Milwaukee County, because taxpayers had to help foot the bill, $18,000 to get rid of that thing. Yet it's still making people happy.
I'll tell you what, man, that was a great 4 minutes of my life, and that's the second time I heard
All
it.
right, well, on the text line, so we did ask, first off, we're asking, what did we miss standout-wise? What's the standout, or who is the standout? 855-616-1620. You can text it in or give us a call on the Siding Unlimited WDTMJ talk and text line. Looking at the text line right now in reaction to our final standout, here's one from the 262, Vince. Way outside the box, just a bit outside. So here's one.
Just a bit outside.
The 414 gave us a thumbs down emoji, so they're out on this being a standout. Again, It doesn't have to be something you like, right? Remember, this was like a really big pain for a lot of people.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it didn't stand out for the year. That's why we were thinking outside the box. From the 920, was the Chicago Man of the Year the rat-shaped pothole?
Yeah, rat hole.
Okay,
I thought
fair
that
enough.
was late last year. Otherwise, yes. Right. Out on a technicality.
Who else was on our short list? We had a couple of different, there's stories, too, that don't really fit the category of impact. But if you're talking about what stood out this year just in general, the flooding in August.
So do you want my other outside the box choice?
Well, let's do this. It's 9:20. Let's get our 2 minutes
Okay.
out of the way. And then if anyone wants to text in or call, they can do so. And then, yes, I can hear yours.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Do you have a Wisconsin standout of the year you would like to submit?